What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So it's Friday, it's the weekend, we did it. Man, it has been a crazy couple of days. The beginning of the week was very chill, but man, the last day and a half, so much volatility in the market, guys. But I am so happy that you are here today, having a look at what, actually, before we get into it, guys, I have something to give away. So, I have a hardware wallet to give away today. Yes, now unfortunately it's not a Ledger. If you guys want though, I do have an affiliate link below for the Ledger X. It does help the channel out, but this one that I'm giving away, it's actually a Jupiter wallet, and it's probably not going to focus right now. But basically, it's as you guys can see right here, it's a hardware wallet, and it has a screen and some buttons, and it holds ERC20s, Bitcoin, Ethereum, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So it's about an $80 wallet. If you guys want, drop a comment below and we'll raffle it off tomorrow. Now, having a look at the market, obviously we are still having a lot of green from yesterday. Some of the market is beginning to kind of spring back. You're seeing little patches of green here and there. If we have a look, I'll give it a quick refresh live, see where we are. Okay, we're pretty much where we were this morning when I woke up. Not much has changed. Bitcoin around 3,000, almost 700. XRP 33, still over Ethereum, sitting at 128. If we have a look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Chainlink up almost 9%, Zcash 5%, Linky, Augur, Ontology, Basic Attention Token, PundiX, Repo, and Digitex futures all looking quite well today. Now, yesterday, we were looking at the Bart Simpson pattern, right? This is basically Bart's hairline, and then, comes down. And then right before I put the video out, we took yet another massive dive. As you can see right here, we actually came all the way down to 3,500 before springing back up to this sort of level of support. Now, if you look right here, this is a pretty strong level, this 3,600, because look, we had support here, here, and here. So looks like we have a pretty good level that we're sitting at right now. But once again, we're starting to kind of coil sideways, so we'll be keeping our eye on this. But I know what's going on, guys. So we had the little Bart Simpson pattern yesterday, but if we zoom out, the entire market is just a giant Bart Simpson pattern. And as soon as we get around, no, I'm just kidding, guys. Obviously, I'm just kidding. But hey, if you feel bad about, how the markets have been going, just remember that Jeff Bezos' wife is a better investor than all of us. As you can see, married here, divorced here. Pretty funny, guys. Just starting off with some humor. Now, let's talk about what some are saying about the markets. Now, you have Jesse Colombo. He's an analyst at RIA Advisors. Yeah. Now, okay, guys, brace yourself for this one. So, he says that the worst may be yet to come. He believes that Bitcoin can dip to under $1,000, which is insane. By the way, he says last year it started dropping, and while some believe that 6,000 was the end of the downtrend, honestly, pretty much everybody did, he called the sell-off wasn't over. Breaking this pattern, he noted that we could see Bitcoin dip another couple of thousand, which we did. And then he says Bitcoin is still in a confirmed downtrend, and a breakdown from this pattern would likely foreshadow the cryptocurrency hitting the low thousands or even under $1,000 eventually. But don't freak out, guys, because a lot of other people don't think we're going to go that low, okay? Matty Greenspan, he thinks we're just going to kind of bounce around between the $3,500, $3,000 level for a little bit. Obviously, Vinny Lingham from Civic, he's still holding his forecast between 3,000 and 5,000. And then once we find either of those levels, we'll either see a breakout or a breakdown. I agree a little bit more with these numbers. I think between 3 and 5 is where we're going to be bouncing. If we do tend to pull below 3, I think that we'll have a pretty much instant pullback in the same way that we did right here, where you had this candle, or this wick, I should say, that came down here, and then boom, it just, literally just pulled it right back up. So if we do dip below 3,000, I consider it to be almost an instant rebound. But that's just my opinion, guys. Don't listen to me. I'm just a crazy guy on the internet. Now, I wanted to just say, Rhythm Trader, oh man, crypto's turning out to be just like the internet. When the bubble popped, everyone just stopped using it. Well, we all know that's not the case. Now, having a look, I want to talk about Brazilian Bitcoin pioneer Samuel Morer. Now, he claimed that Bitcoin can't be compared to the tulip bubble, because this is something that a lot of people have said, right? It's a flash in the pan. It was a fun experiment while it lasted. That's it. Well, he regards the debate as an outdated manner, believing that even if the most seasoned economist wants to draw analogies, there's still no similarity between Bitcoins and tulip bubbles. Now, just to kind of throw it out there, guys, we all know that tulips can actually be grown. You can plant the bulbs, you can grow more, you can get more bulbs, right? So it's very different from Bitcoin just from that sense, but certain cost is associated with Bitcoin creation, electric energy, equipment, difficulties associated with mining. The high cost of Bitcoin attracts the miners as it leads huge profits. However, also, as the price goes high, the cost of mining also increases, hence the cost would always be tied into the price. Sometimes the price might be lower than the cost of production, pushing miners not to sell until the price goes higher. So there's sort of this like balance and equilibrium built into Bitcoin, which is what we talk about all the time. And then if the miners do decide to drop off, well, you have that difficulty adjustment. So there's always that incentive to keep the network strong and keep the network going. And don't forget, it is profitable, to those that are able to be responsible, I guess, and mitigate the risks. So he maintained the low price of Bitcoin in 2018, and then a brief recovery in 2019 proves the health and liquidity of the market. Therefore, it's incorrect to compare it with tulip bulb mania. Mora concluded that crypto coins are completely different in nature and technology from any other commodity. Hence, due to their novelty, they should not be compared with any other commodity or investment, suggesting that they instead be treated as an up market. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the traditional markets real quick. I know it's a crypto channel, and honestly, I hate talking about it myself, but I just wanted to look at, is there a correlation? Which there doesn't seem to be. But we should dive into it anyway. Wall Street legend Jeffrey Gundlach warned in December that the Federal Reserve appeared to be on a suicide mission to be raising interest rates at the same time as the U.S. debt increasing. So an expanding deficit can often be a signal for the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates instead of potentially compounding a problem. And the reason that I bring this up is because Jeffrey Gundlach is the exact same dude that says he would not invest in Bitcoin. He wouldn't touch it. But yeah, he still thinks it's going to go up another 25% to $5,000. So he seems to be a little more realistic about things. So a decade of unprecedentedly low global rates and abundant liquidity appear to have encouraged a spree of public and private debt accumulation. Higher interest rates will exacerbate the risk of financial distress for highly indebted corporate and sovereign borrowers. Now, getting back on the topic of that video that I put out, if you guys didn't see it, it was the one about Russia. They're looking to potentially get into Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people were like, oh, well, it's just speculation. It's all based on just this one opinion of this guy, right? Well, they're not wrong, but at the same time, we do have a lot of things that are proving that countries have been steadily moving away from the US dollar. Now, I'm a US citizen, so I'm not sitting here like all proud to like be like, oh yeah, the dollar, people are losing interest, but I'm also a huge fan of crypto, and I believe that crypto is that worldwide currency that could really potentially change the future. So if you look at what Russia's been doing, their central bank has dumped 101 billion US holdings from its reserves, shifting into things like euros and yuan, okay? And this is amid a new round of U.S. sanctions, which we also covered in the video 2 days ago. The central bank moved the equivalent of 44 billion each into European and Chinese currencies in the second quarter as well. And Morgan Stanley estimates that Russia was the main buyer of Chinese bonds last year. So it goes on to say that Russia is making a strategic shift in its reserves towards holding fewer dollars and more assets in other currencies. Well, Bitcoin's a currency, right? Although I know some might argue it's not. But anyway, the data revealed a dramatic acceleration in a policy Russia has been pursuing for several years of reducing exposure to assets that could be affected by U.S. restrictions. Which now this could actually be an interesting point, because I think Bitcoin would be affected if the U.S. imagine if tomorrow President Trump just came out and said cryptocurrencies are illegal. I think that would have a massive effect on crypto. But, anyway, moving on to this, I just wanted to sort of highlight the fact that we are seeing them move away from the dollar. So, does that mean they're going to dive directly into Bitcoin? Probably not. But I think that being smart, they would hedge. That's just my opinion. So I would expect some capital to flow into Bitcoin from Russia this year. I would personally, okay? Now, I also want to talk about an Ask Me Anything that came out from Goldman Sachs CEO on Reddit. They asked Jeremy Allaire a bunch of different questions, and he stated that he fully expects crypto to have a greater impact on humanity than the invention of the internet. I want your opinion on this. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a little far-fetched? Do you think cryptocurrency is actually going to have a bigger effect on humanity than the internet? The internet really changed things personally. Look at what we're doing right now, right? You're watching a dude talk on YouTube about digital currencies, right? I think the internet Let me know what you guys think about that. What do you guys think? Is it a bigger game changer than the internet? But anyway, he went on to answer a few questions, and they asked him about the central mission of Circle, and he said that the firm wanted to connect every person to an open financial system, and that the value will one day flow as freely as does information. He touched upon what drew him to crypto originally. He talked about getting interested in decentralized systems back in the 90s and how he was fascinated by their powers and what they could do to democratize society. And he also goes on to say that, in my view, crypto is much more significant and disruptive than the web. Its impact on society, politics, economics, and governance will be far greater for humanity over time. Okay. I see where he's going with this. So, in general, regulators are keen to learn, and we spend a lot of our time trying to get them to understand the benefits of crypto. Well, that's good to know. The CEO went on to address what he considers to be the largest regulatory hurdle for a firm like Circle, which is the lack of direct guidance on how regulators like the SEC actually classify digital assets. I agree. It's very, very cloudy. We don't know what's going on. And it seems like in the US, when we can't figure things out, we just shut down. So it's a little bit of a joke out there, but seriously, I actually saw a joke off topic. It was like the government shut down, and it was like a scene from Thor Ragnarok. And he was like, really? Is it really, though? Because the thing is, like, well, if the government's shut down, why do I still have to pay my taxes, right? I mean, like, when you go out to a store and you swipe your credit card, are you not still paying taxes? Do you not still have to... I don't know. Just he brought it up. It was kind of interesting. But he does expect in the future, I know I got off topic, guys. Sometimes I ramble. But he does expect that there will be millions of different digital assets in the future when asked whether or not multiple coins will be able to actually compete, or if it's just going to be like a one coin to rule them all kind of thing. He says the short answer is that, as far as Bitcoin being a store of value, he thinks it will continue to be a store of value, and it will continue to be more greatly adopted, potentially with things like the Lightning Network. Then it can become an everyday currency as well. Obviously, we have to get over the volatility, but he thinks that it's going to be used in an incredibly broad array of everyday transactions. Now, I wanted to point something out that a lot of people tend to overlook. Outside of the fact that Bitcoin is inherently a deflationary cryptocurrency, new market analysis actually shows that more than half of Bitcoin's supply hasn't even moved in a year. So according to crypto research firm Delphi Digital, the growing number of investors who are hodling their Bitcoins indicates that the market may be near a bottom. So they say, in the second half of 2018, the one-year UTXO band began to exhibit a positive growth trajectory directly in tandem with the 1 to 2 year band as older UTXO bands remained flat. What we're seeing is an accumulation process now similar to the one at the end of 2014. This would imply a bottom is in sight. So I've seen a lot of people calling a bottom too. Jeff Berwick from the Dollar Vigilante, he called bottom as well, and he's been in the game for quite some time. Anyway, in addition, the number of investors who haven't moved their Bitcoin in more than 5 years has reached 20%. That means that more than 4 million Bitcoin could be stashed away for good, lending support to the argument that Bitcoin could emerge as a new form of increasingly scarce digital gold. Now, I want to also point out the fact that we don't know, but we're pretty damn sure that there's a massive amount of Bitcoin, which could be what they're talking about here. It's not just, we're not speculating that they're holders. It could just be these forgotten Bitcoin wallets. There were so many people back when they first started mining Bitcoin, early 2011, 2012, right? And people just kind of forgot about it. They threw it away, or Mt. Gox crashed. And, a lot of people that I speak to who you would assume like, oh, dude, you got into Bitcoin in 2011, you must be a millionaire. And a lot of people were like, nah, man, we were just using it to buy some stuff on the dark web. And, after it crashed, we kind of just thought it was a failed experiment. You know what I'm saying? So there's all that. There's hard drives that got thrown away in landfills. You saw that guy trying to find his hard drive in the, the landfill. Basically, he went there. He was trying to dig and find it. Then you got people that forget their private keys. Don't forget, you got people that get hacked, or just so many different situations. And we have Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet as well, which, let's be real, guys, at this point, those coins probably are not going to move. I would highly doubt it. I think if there is a Satoshi, I do not think this person is still alive today. Personally, that's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. Maybe he's still out there. I don't think so. So yeah. Now, moving on, I wanted to talk about something that came out from Gab. Now, Gab has recently been censored, as we know. So they purportedly put out this email that was talking about Bitcoin basically being free speech money, and this went out to over 850,000 people on their list. The email was sent in the wake of various high-profile online censorship cases, which we've seen recently, as Vice reported last year saw crowdfunding platform Patreon ban the accounts of figures associated with the alt and far right. I mean, even with the Blockchain Brief newsletter, there was an issue using MailChimp. They weren't really being too friendly with crypto stuff like that. You've seen even guys like, what was his name? Alex Jones. I mean, the guy was a little crazy, right? But hey, I mean, freedom of speech, right? He got banned. Then Gab got banned as well, including PayPal. They deplatformed individuals and organizations. This includes right-wing reporter Tommy Robinson, which has since turned to Bitcoin. Controversial psychologist, writer, and public speaker Jordan Peterson as well, who moved by censorship. So after turning cryptocurrency payment processors, you had Coinbase also turning them down. So they basically went out to say that the United States cannot regulate Bitcoin or stop it. This as in order to do so, it would need to destroy the First Amendment, something that the country's citizens wouldn't allow, or at least I hope we would stand up for that, right? So as such, it noted that although a lot of people fixate on Bitcoin's price, which we do talk about price a lot, it tends to be a topic of discussion, what's important is censorship-resistant speech, money, and payment processing. As long as you own Bitcoin, you can support any person, business, or cause that you wish without permission from any bank, government, or corporation. So yeah, you can read a little more about this article, but that's pretty much what they say. And you can see right here, you have Dave Rubin making this tweet saying, "This is why Jordan Peterson and I are leaving Patreon and working on an alternative. It's becoming clearer and clearer to me that crypto and decentralization will have to play a significant role." Okay, now guys, this is really important because if you are holding Ethereum and you're looking to deal with this Ethereum upcoming hard fork, I need to just let you know about some possible scams. One of them we're pretty much convinced is a scam. The other one, it's probably a scam, or at least I would avoid it. Okay, so you got these two altcoins. You have Ethereum Noah ETN, which we already have an ETN, it's Electronium, so what are you guys doing there? And then also Ethereum Classic Vision are reportedly, they're taking private keys from people. So guys, this is what's happening. And first of all, God, I hate these stories because anyway, let me just go on. The official website of the Ethereum Now project, which doesn't contain a white paper, describes the process that users are supposed to engage in to obtain their ETN. According to the website, the user should first send ETH to an address and then export the private key and redeem the cryptocurrency using the dedicated online tool. This is like literally the poster child of a scam. Send us Ethereum and then enter your private key. Why would you do that? You should never, ever enter your private key ever on a website. There's no need to do it. Right now, if you guys are just looking to hold and upgrade to the Constantinople hard fork, you do nothing. You literally do nothing. Just hold on to your Ethereum. Everything will take care of itself. Anyway, so this tool, all right, claims that it's a clone of a well-known, well, it basically looks like MyEther wallet, but I guess the main differences are that the MyEther wallet interface versus this obviously lets users choose their wallets. Well, in this case, it's grayed out, and the only thing that it allows you to do is to paste your private key. Furthermore, some browsers flag it as a deceptive site. So that's the first one. Guys, it's a scam. Don't do it. The second one, Ethereum Classic Vision, which then, if that name's not scammy enough, according to now they have a white paper, so hey, we'll give it to them. So this is happening today, and the website contains links to a downloadable Windows and Linux wallet alongside a web tool. Now, the Garda wallet team noted that while this project looked more solid than ETM, after closer examination, they reportedly found that the ETCV team also appropriated the private keys of users. The analysis of the code is performed by our team, and it has showed that a piece of code provided actually sends your private key data on the Ethereum Classic Vision servers, masking it as an API token. So what do we take away from this? Number one, never enter your private keys publicly. Number two, stop being so greedy trying to get these hard forks, guys. They're just not good coins. They're crap projects, okay? They're not going to amount to anything. Anyway, moving on, getting off this, breaking news, if you guys didn't know, we already talked about this a week ago, but now it's official. Jihan Wu is removing himself from the CEO role of BITMAIN, possibly concerned about bankruptcy. They're saying that they had a negative 1.2 million profit, or essentially loss. So that's some news. If you guys are interested, that's what's happening. Now, Moving on, I wanted to talk about this interview with Charles Hoskinson. You guys could check this out. Really, he goes on to talk about, a few things. A key takeaway, I guess, is just that they're looking to move their headquarters to Wyoming. Maybe that's of news to you guys. You can check that out. Also, looks like somebody else is having a 51% issue, and that's Dash. So let's dive in and look at this. It looks like the particular transaction has 3 or 4 of the top addresses in it that they're concerned about. So the addresses, I obviously can't say these, but it's these right here. And it says that these alone have gathered more than 53%. You could see this started 6 months ago around September. So, it's possible someone could try to perform a 51% attack before Dash implements their chain locks, but it looks like they're looking to fix this right now. So the development team said they're working on something called chain locks, and in November, they are introducing the new feature. No, they said they were introducing the new feature in order to combat 51% attacks. So it looks like right now this isn't something really we should be worried about, maybe in the immediate short term, but it looks like they're working on it, so we'll have to keep an eye on what Dash is doing. Also want to talk about Icon partnering with VELIC. Now, VELIC, if you don't know what they are, their name actually tells you what they do. It's an acronym. So, V, they have Vault, privately secures private keys in decentralized state. E stands for exchange, provide crypto to crypto exchanges alongside trade mining staking features. Loans, create an internal credit rating system that enables the borrowing of crypto assets. Investment, provides capital investment management services for crypto assets, and then most importantly, crypto for C. Okay, so basically it says as a financial dApp, VELIC has been searching for a suitable smart contract platform to develop on. They say our team reviewed Ethereum, EOS, Hyperledger, and QTUM. However, we ultimately decided to develop on Icon's loop chain. Not only will Icon's loop chain enable VELIC to scale the enterprise level, but conversely, VELIC will expand Icon's ecosystem as well. Also, Steven did that over at Hacked Crypto too. I think he was developing on these guys for his project as well. So also we have Zcash available over the counter at Galaxy Digital. That's all I got on that story if you guys are interested. And I wanted to talk about tZero. So this is the security token exchange subsidiary of e-commerce retail giant Overstock. So tZero has started releasing control of its tokens to investors. Investors now have the option of choosing where to hold their security tokens, either by creating a brokerage account with Dinosaur Financial Group. That's an hilarious name. Dinosaur Financial Group. I don't know why. A tZero partner and broker dealer are holding them in person wallet with two-step verification systems. So there you guys go. Like Dinosaur, like the old system. Okay, forget it. Anyway, so India, what's going on? Well, apparently following new regulatory measures from the Reserve Bank of India prohibiting banks from providing services to cryptocurrency businesses, some Indian banks are taking drastic measures to discourage cryptocurrency adoption, reportedly requiring customers to sign contracts stating that they will not use cryptocurrencies. So they're forcing them to promise not to use crypto. That just sounds hilarious. So here you go right here. Look at this. So this is the thing that you have to check. And essentially they're making you choose between banks or crypto. So it says, look, basis the regular issued by RBI, I hereby declare that I will not deal with any transactions related to cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin. I also understand and agree that the bank reserves all rights to close my account without further intimidation in case I'm found to undertake such transactions. Similar warnings are being displayed on bank ATMs as well. Virtual currencies are not legal tender and do not have any regulatory permission or protection in India. We request you not to make transactions involving any virtual currencies from any of your accounts. For any such transactions, the bank shall be acting in accordance with the regulatory guidelines, which include closing your account without further information. Well, that sucks, guys. I'm really sorry to hear that. Anybody watching in India? I don't know. I was checking my analytics the other day, and not a lot of people watch my channel from India. It was like 2% or something, so I assume it has to do with the fact that, they're pretty much highly discouraging it over there. So, yeah. But hey, let's stick to some positive news, guys. So you got 3 Italian winemakers that are starting to use the blockchain-powered My Story. So by scanning a QR code on their bottles, consumers can now access the product's true story from grapes all the way to the bottle. There you guys go. Supply chain logistics. All right. Now, let's talk about this. So this is something that I like seeing. Now, I know a bunch of some of my friends that I know in the crypto space, some of the guys on, crypto Twitter, a few other YouTubers. Now, they're working on something called Crypto Cake TV. Now, hopefully this will be a full-time crypto television station, network that'll be in the US. But currently we don't have one right now that I'm aware of. Well, I think there's a show on Cheddar. But yeah, anyway, long story short, we have D Street, a dedicated media channel for the cryptocurrency industry, has made an official debut to cover daily price updates and blooming blockchain projects. So, I can't say this, the Mike Young Media Group Thursday announced the launch of D Street, available through online dstreet.io and mobile platforms after a pilot service of 2 months in partnership with fintech firm Daily Financial Group and blockchain accelerator Block Crafters. D Street is an amalgamation of the reliability of Korea's top business news source, again, the media group, the know-how of Daily Financial Group, the creator of blockchain industry darlings such as Icon and Coin1, and the expertise of Block Crafters. So that's pretty freaking awesome, guys. And before we go, I just want to remind you that sometimes technology is not pretty. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes people laugh at it. But everything has a beginning, and we are currently finding ourselves as the pioneers in the space. That's all I got for you today, guys. That being said, I did want to just say, also, yes, I want to remind you guys, Ledger Nano X, but also, if you guys want to win this Jupiter cold storage wallet, just drop it below. But also, guys, a lot of people ask me, why I don't accept donations on the channel. The truth is donations really don't do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you donate money to me, great. I got money. I got crypto, and I appreciate that. But for me personally, I would rather you buy a Ledger Nano X using my affiliate link, because then you have a way to actually safely secure your digital assets. And yeah, at the same time, I make a little bit of money, which is a win-win. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I push the affiliate links more than anything, guys. But yeah, if you guys do want a Ledger Nano X and you haven't got the Genesis edition yet, I would prefer if you use the link below. But you don't have to. Obviously, I never, not putting a gun to your head telling you to use the link. So that being said, guys, that's it for the day. And no, I did not forget about the t-shirt from yesterday. So we have to do a drawing as usual. So let's go to our video from yesterday. Copy this. Go over to comments. All right, let's see what didn't go. There we go. Let's see what we got here, guys. 354 unique comments. All right, drum roll, please. Winner, the In Baron. I lost 65 pounds. I could fit in that badass shirt. Hey, congratulations! You lost 65 pounds. How'd you do it? Was it diet? Were you on the juice? Were you exercising? What'd you do, man? I actually had a similar story a few years back. I actually used to be 50 pounds heavier myself. If I ever showed you a picture of me, you guys would laugh. And yeah, I had to change my diet. So what'd you do, man? I'm curious. But or you could be a girl. I don't know. I can't tell. But that being said, hit me up in my About Me section, and you just won the shirt. If you guys want, drop this for the wallet below. And also, before we go, I just wanted to give a shout out. I try my best to read all the comments, guys. Power to the people. You are a good man. Great content. As someone who likes to troll crypto idiots on YouTube, I can't think of anything negative to say about this channel. I hope to start my own YouTube channel this year and would love to interview you at some point, as well as some of your other partners, friends, such as Crypto Candor, who is again another breath of fresh air to the crypto community. Keep it up, mate. Yo! You're awesome. Thank you so much. You are officially the best. That being said, my name's K-Dub. You guys rule. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting, you get me through the day. That's it for now. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.
What's 1 trillion to the 10th power?
1 trillion raised to the 10th power is 10000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000